Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, it's going to be a match between NSP Zerg and Fantasy here on Destination. Got this replay off of Team Liquid from a giant pack of replays. And let's get right on into it here. Top side, we've got a red Zerg player. It is NSP's Zerg. And in the bottom side, we've got Fantasy, the green Terran player. This is a 1.16 replay, which means that it's from 2008 or 2009, or maybe a little bit after that. So again, this is over 10 years old, but hey, Brood War is eternal as far as I am concerned. Scouting out with the Overlord. What's up, Terry? How's it going? Floating over this water. Yes, yes indeed. It is quite calming. And Destination, a two-player map that has been played 15,000 million times. Not walling off here, huh? No fear of an early pool from Fantasy from NSP's Zerg. The clan is NSP, the player's name is Zerg, and he plays Zerg, which, I don't know, kind of confusing, but we'll get used to it, I feel like. Wow, drone scouting or maybe proxy hatching. That would be so cool. Come on, man, do a proxy hatch. Do it for me. He's not going to do it, is he? He's not going to do a proxy hatch. Nah, just scouting around, harassing the SCV, building a barracks, making sure it's not a proxy play. Just, you know, is there any gas being taken? No? Alright, cool. I think I'll hang out here for a while. This is much nicer than my base. Alright. So, you need to watch Arcane, okay? You need to watch at least the first 3 episodes. It's on Netflix. It is a masterpiece. I do not throw around the word masterpiece lightly, okay? It is a masterpiece of animation, of music, of sound design, of voice acting, of character development and character progression and growth and relationships and story and world building. Just everything about it is elite, okay? I know it's League of Legends. I understand that. It's League of Legends. And it's a Netflix show, and the odds that this turned out to be the best thing I've seen in the last 3 years was very low. But you know what Riot Games did? They said, we have $1 billion from League of Legends and microtransactions. We're just going to throw, you know, $500 million at you guys at this pastiche French animation studio, and you make something really cool for us, okay? And they said, all right, and it took them 6 years. It took them 6 years to do it. And so for 6 years to crank out 9 episodes that are 40 minutes each. Insane. And it's so good. It has maybe the best facial animations I've ever seen in an animated anything. Whether it's 3D, whether it's 2D, whether it's motion capture. Like, it's not mocap. That's the thing. Bunker coming up here from Fantasy. Is this a fake out? No, I kind of like this. He walked the Marine all the way across the map for this thing. The bunker's gonna finish. Dude. Oh my gosh, the timing there was nuts. Jump on it. Kill it now before it gets worse. But the repair. Oh, the sick repair. Drones have to come in and fight it too. Oh my gosh, the SCV jumping in and out, trying to save it. Oh, the SCV dies. And that means this is shut down, but wow. How many Lings and drones died there? Well, it's only 15 drones right now, which is actually not bad for the 4-minute mark for a Zerg player, but that was fun. I mean, that didn't win the game, but it was excellent. We need more of that in this matchup. Macro hatch, normal stuff there. Anyway, honestly, Arcane on Netflix. Watch it. Again, the facial animations, it's not mocap. They did not put ping pong balls on people's faces and just 3D animate that, right? They hand drew every frame of this thing. Well, they use 3D animations too. It's a combination. It's confusing. I don't get all of it, but yeah, check it out. Arcane on Netflix. Watch it. Come back and tell me what you thought about it, because I want to know if I'm just crazy. I don't think I am. Pretty much every review I found of it on YouTube and like every tweet I found out about it is just gushing with praise, and I get it because I watched it. It's got a 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes from the critics and a 97% rating from the fans, which is just, that doesn't happen. That does not happen very often. SCV scouts in. All right, I'm done gushing about Arcane. You're here for a TVZ. You're not here to hear me rant about stuff. But nothing crazy is happening, right? We're going for a lair. Metabolic boost is coming up after the lair timing. We're going to get a spire here. Engineering bay timing is soon, but not right now. Defensive bunker is up, actually. Worried about a link counterattack, and by golly, there's one coming in here. There's no sign of a third base, but second gas pretty early. So we're going for mutas. This is not a 5 mutalisks and then move into lurkers play. This is I'm going to make 9 or 10 or 11 mutalisks. I'm going to try to win with that. I love this bunker placement, too. We can cover the far side of the command center. Look at this. Look at that. Bunker placement is great. It doesn't even really mess with the SCV. It actually probably helps with the SCV transfer path here for those minerals. Nuts. All right, throwing up a forward sunken because he is worried about some aggression from the Marines, the fire bats, the medics that exist on the field right now. Yeah, additional barracks coming in here too. Academy not working on anything at the moment, but getting a ComSat station. Engineering bay working on upgrades. When the spire finishes is when you want to start. Excuse me, you want to start making those turrets. So let's see how Fantasy's timing is on this thing. Pushing out a little bit with your Marines and fire bats to chase those lings off your front porch. And spire done. Okay, and spire done. And production tab says no turrets yet. That's fine. You have a little bit of leeway here, but you definitely want them to start next, like, 10 seconds at the latest. Uh-oh, Fantasy. And there it is. Oh, that's a supply depot. Oh, no. This is one. Yeah, okay, excellent. We made it. Whew. We made it. Ling's hanging out back here. I don't even know. I guess they delayed construction on a missile turret for, like, 4 seconds. That's pretty good. And lo, the Mutalisks have arrived at morn. Alright, Mutalisks doing Mutalisky things. Behold, Mutalisks on the wind. Here to murder your families. Yep, there's one. There's someone's family member. John, maybe. I mean, he's a convicted criminal under, you know, the Terran Dominion, but is he really a bad guy? We talk about conflicts like they're all bad people, but are they really? Are they actually bad people? Maybe they're, like, wrongfully imprisoned. You don't know. Maybe one of these Marines is a super nice dude who, like, fed the homeless and had an animal shelter, and then he just got wrongfully imprisoned because Emperor Meng sucks, right? Anywho, third base is up from NSP's Zerg. He is going for lurker aspect. So again, he made a bunch of mutas. Yeah, good number here. He's lost 1 or 2. Now he's going into lurkers. I don't know if they got a ton accomplished there. I mean, they harassed a little bit. They killed a couple Marines. They're really preventing Fantasy from being able to straight aim move across the map and try to kill something. So that's really their benefit for the most part, is that everybody has to stim and stop to deal with these mutas. And that delays your ability. Okay, big time attack swinging on in here, though. And, oh my gosh, it's amazing what Ling Mutalisk can do. It's amazing what Ling Mutalisk can do when it comes down to this, right? Like, the Mutas alone could have never done that with support from their Zergling buddies. That was great. It went very well for NSP's Zerg here. Zerg's Wikipedia page is fun because the game's been around long enough you can have stuff like this happen, right? It's like in 2011, Zerg retired from the game of StarCraft, citing he was bored with the game and left entirely, right? And then it's like, and today, he streams out on Afrika and he competes in tournaments again. And it's like, there's been enough time for him to, like, burn out of the game, take a few years off, and then come back. It's nice. The history of StarCraft is a fun one. All right, man, this is not a good position for Fantasy. When that first attack of yours just gets absolutely cleaned up before it sniffs the third base or natural base of your opponent, it's really hard to come back from that. So, we're looking at it, but that's a Queen's Nest. Do I need to cast more Zerg? This dude is for real, man. He is excellent. We're just 8 racks in it here from Fantasy. Got a supply depot coming in. supply depot. I mean a starport working on a science vessel. Those are also S words that I'm talking about here. Get out of there. Nice splits. Beautiful splits. +1 attack on these Marines. They're going to chase. Lurkers going to burrow when they feel safe. There it is. More lurkers on the way. Hive coming in here too. More science vessels. Medics. +2 attack. With +1 armor on the way now for all of them. Marinos and Medicos. And there's a couple fire bats out, but not a whole lot. Radiate getting started too. This is good. This is great. Man, so funny. I cast a 2001 match between July and somebody else. Like, they were professionals at the time, right? But, big attack coming in. Muta's on top of everything. Scourge connecting on a science vessel there. It's not ready yet. Oh, trying to focus down the lurkers before they burrow. Doing kind of a great job at it. Wow. Okay, this group just massacred a ton of Zerg, continuing to do so. But dang, Zerg keeps showing up with reinforcements, and now they're all going to die. But 7 kills, 4 kills, not bad. My goodness, not bad at all. Shoot. Anyway, so it's like a 2001 professional match, right? And it's 2001, so the game's only been out for a couple years. Nobody really knows what they're doing. There aren't super solidified build orders. For a lot of maps or matchups are like just really standard things we see all the time, right? And timings. So, you know, compared to a present-day game, it looks fairly amateurish. And yeah, this dude in the comments was like, I could beat both of these guys. It's like, yes, you could, but not back then. Back in 2001, everybody was bad. Everybody is still bad. StarCraft is a hard game. But back in 01, man, nobody knew what they were doing. My strategy in 01 was basically to get 5 hatcheries before making anything, and then go mass mutalisk and try to kill everybody. Anyway, radiate, toss down, killing a couple lurkers here and there. Pushing to see if there's a base up here he needs to kill. There is not one for fantasy. He decides to take his pocket expand bottom left here on destination. Instead of trying to take this as a third with that third gas. You don't need a ton of gas on this strategy. Marines are cheap. They are 0 gas, which is the important part here. But man, it is 89 to 100 supply at 12 minutes. Not great for fantasy. It's Marines, fire bats, and science vessels, but it's Ling. Scourge Ultra connecting. Got a connection. Not enough to kill the science vessel. You need 2 for that. Killing this factory is okay. It's whatever. You can't build any more starports when your factory dies, but whatevs at this stage of the game. These Marines hanging out back here. Just hanging out, not really harassing or causing problems for anything. This one Ling's like, are there dudes back here? I'm not going to go. I'm only one little Zergling. Ling does delay construction on this third base a little bit. Oh, just kidding. Is that a 4th? I'm going to look over here. I'm a doof. All right, man. Third base here for fantasy. He's fine. 4th base attempted by Zerg. The Dark Swarm has arrived, though, and the time of the Marine is quite possibly past. Oh, science vessel down. Almost got another one there. That Scourge backs out in time. Couple lurkers die thanks to a radiate, but a lot of Marines died there too. 105 to 90 supply. Fantasy has a lead. I like this. I got him, guys. Don't worry. This Marine side. Very dead. Engage, Dark Swarm, Ling Lurker, Ultralisks later, maybe. Lurkers burrow inside the Dark Swarm. You can't come here. Maybe jumping down to this base would not be too bad at this point. I mean, honestly, there's no army between you and that third. Which, maybe you just send Lings down. Sure, yes, there's a bunker. But, yeah, no, these Lings have 2 armor, which means they're pretty hard to take down. And there's enough Lings left over to go after your SCVs. So that's not great. Attack up the right side. Fantasy, he's on the move. He kills a Zergling. That's a great start to this thing, but man, these SCVs going down. No reinforcements coming to this third at all. Fantasy, dude, friendo. Bam. Right side, 5th base attempt for Zerg. Does get killed. I don't think that was a cancel. Dude, these Marines are still here. They can stick themselves in this little pocket and take out drones in this area, but now there's a lurker, so that's going to be harder to do. Scanted, blocking the progress of the Terran army, should be killed just for that. But yeah, Fantasy's in trouble. I'm really surprised he's not taking this. Retaking this base would be awesome too. Scourge. Oh, there's nothing left to save the science vessels. And golly, those Lings are so good with Adrenal and +1 attack and +2 armor. Pretty good. How are the Marines looking as the upgrades? Dude, science vessels are just... They need to be better protected. You need to protect them more, Fantasy. Ooh, going for drops, though. Support that. Yeah, 2-2 upgrades here. Working on that 3-3 for La Fantasy. Defensive Matrix up. Trying to keep it alive against... Oh, jeez. Scourge, man. Okay, well, that dropship straight up died, and now there's Dark Swarm Lings to greet the rest of the units that unload there, and there's just not enough of them for anything. Dude, Fantasy's just kind of getting crushed right now, y'all. It's now 108 to 103 supply. Zerg player is up. Not a good feel at all. And it's 3 bases for Fantasy, and it is 4 bases from Zerg, but he's working on his upgrades. He's making lurkers all the time. He's got Nidus Canals. We already saw those, though. We were over here the whole time. Green glow emanating from inside the Nidus Canal. I think there's like a rave going in there at all times. Maybe. And like when you go through, you get to participate in a raid for like half a second. That's all the entertainment that Zerg units get, is participating in the Nidus Canal raid for half a second every once in a while. Firebats doing pretty well here. Oh, the Plague! Ooh, though. There's still a Marine back this way. There is. He has no kills. He's accomplished nothing. We have been plagued. We are very easy to kill. My gosh, more Firebats inside the Dark Swarm trying to handle this. Oh my god, the Plagues, though. The Plagues are insane. Not even really plaguing science vessels, just using straight-up Scourge to murder those guys. Zerg's down. 92 to 117 supply. This attack up the left side is pretty fantastic. That said, man, a lot of these guys are plagued, and lurkers against plagued units are good. And the surround is pretty amazing, too. And the Firebat trying to kill a Spine Crawler. Nope. Ugh. No, he is not. Medics obliterated. Remember when Zerg had, like he was down 20 supply to Fantasy? Yeah, that's over now. That is fini. All right, Fantasy's got his 3rd base back. His 4th base is running. A 5th base here would be good. He's at 37 SCVs to 46 drones. Yamato's on the way. Possibly a little battle cruiser operational in this match. Man. Ugh. All right, 5th base attempted again, killed, not canceled again. So Fantasy's getting some wins there. Firebats chasing them Zerglings down. Lego! Your track record of flying units in this game, Fantasy, has not been very good. So I don't know what getting battle cruiser does for you. Like, how many of your dropships have died already? I mean, how many of your science vessels have died already, too? He's making more science vessels. He's not really doing a great job keeping them with the army. I'm not sure if this is a result of, like, this is from 12 years ago now, or maybe Fantasy's just not playing that well. All right. Once again, that's not a wall. The Ultralisks have arrived. They're confuddled by the wall. The Lings are not. But the Ultras definitely are. I'm not sure if Fantasy's interested in making battle cruisers at this point, to tell you the truth. But yeah, this tends to be the problem when you're dealing with this 8-rack stuff is Ultralisks turn incredibly good all of a sudden. Yeah. I mean, Firebats are also bad against Ultras, and Marines are bad against Ultras, and Dark Swarm makes them fairly invincible. Because of that, like, Lings are vulnerable to Firebats inside Dark Swarm, but by golly, Ultras are not. There's really nothing that can challenge them in there except for Spider Mines and Siege Tanks, of which we don't have any. Because that's not what Fantasy is doing today. And the Irradiates catch it in. Once again, Science Vessels kind of unsupported. Les Battle Cruisers get plagued almost immediately upon arrival at this channel. That's a big-time problem. Ultralisk invulnerable to battle cruiser attacks when they're inside the Dark Swarm. Yamato! Wait, did Yamato get canceled? Ah, Scourge! Wait, no! The battle cruisers are staying alive somehow. They're actually doing some damage. They do big hits to Ultralisks. That's good news. Wow. Yeah, remember Ultralisks inside Dark Swarm? Ah, but this is an Ultralisk outside of Dark Swarm, and now he dead. Well, this third base is never happening. The fourth base is... Oh, this is just... Yeah, I mean, the battle cruisers are doing surprisingly well. 6 kills and 2 kills there, but Fantasy has not really been able to kill a base today. He's been able to deny one a couple times. Yeah, I mean, we're down to 84 supply to 130 supply Zerg with Ultras, with Defilers. It's just, this is not a recipe for victoire for Les Fantasies. I don't know why I want to say his name with a French accent, but I do. Not with a French accent. In French? I'm pretty sure Fantasy is a cognate. Maybe it's not. I don't know, man. I have 2 years of education on French in high school, a billion years ago. Okay, this Ultra's dead. He's going to take a few Marines with him, but he's okay with that. He finds that acceptable losses. And this group has to now pull back into the third base location, getting chased by the 2 attack, 3 armor cracklings here. Another fantastic plague. Dude, NSP Zerg is just the plaguiest plague monster of all plagues here. Battlecruiser dies to a spore. Oh, were they repairing it even? I think they were trying to repair it even. Ah, that's discouraging. You're going to come through? Yep. Dark Swarm again. Give you room to close up onto these Marines and one-shot them because they've been recently plagued once more. There's nobody in this Dark Swarm. There's nobody in this Dark Swarm. All right. Well, Scourge. Well, I think they made one connection, but that's it. They didn't kill any Science Vessels. Irradiating the Ultralisks only gives them the power to do damage to the Marines as they kill them through Splash, and GG. Fantasy taps out. NSP Zerg is your winner. Well, that was... Wow. That was definitely something. What a ridiculously good ZVT there. I mean, Fantasy kind of got rolled at the end there, but like I said, once your opening salvo of Marines and Medics get that handled and wiped out, it's kind of hard to win a ZVT. All right. Well, I mean, fun game. We got battle cruisers. We got Ultras. We got Firebats in the mix here, too. It irradiates happening. That was fantastic. I'm sure you Terran fans are going to say, why don't you just go mech? And it's fair. Mech does seem to do better on the channel than this 8-rack stuff does, but it has also won. 8-rack's Marine has been very good at other times, just not in this particular match. Blah, 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 blah. All right, that was an incredible display from NSP Zerg. So well done by him. And let's check out the final score. Ba-doop. 174,000 points from Zerg, 136 from Fantasy. Outproducing 2-1 here, Zerg to Fantasy. The kill-death ratio is about even for Fantasy, which is not good when you get outproduced by a 2-1 ratio. Structures raised, way more buildings raised by the Terran, or by the Zerg rather, of the Terran buildings. And total spent 51,000 and 37,000. You can do the math on that one. All right, c'est ça. So that was a beautiful, beautiful ZVT for you Zerg fans, and that's going to be it for me today. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.